Everybody, this is my first video as I guess a review of the Steerix 9. Let me give you a little history about this boat. First off, I had a couple of problems. I bought 3 of them for $140 from Atomic RC. I was having problems with the batteries because I would plug these batteries into these chargers and the battery would only charge for approximately 5 minutes when it clearly says that it's supposed to charge for about 4 hours. Now, I do believe these are nickel metal hydride batteries. You shouldn't have really too many charging problems with these. It's not rocket science like the LiPos. But I bought a couple extra batteries for the boats. I bought an extra battery for each boat. So that's 6 batteries, 3 boats. I initially took these boats out to go for a run, and I started having problems. I noticed immediately when I charged the batteries, it said fully charged. I plugged the batteries in, took it out in the initial run. The boat lasted in the water minute and a half max. Motor stopped turning. It was like completely dead in the water, and I was wondering why. The battery's supposed to be fully charged. Let me give you an example. I have 3 batteries here, all of them. I'm going to show you the voltages that I'm pulling out right here with my multimeter. Okay, these are 6-volt batteries, and this should have a charge of 6 volts. Okay, these have all been charged according to this charger. You got 6.83 there on the first battery. The second battery right here, we're going to do the same test on that. I got 665 on that. That's the second battery. The third battery, I'm going to show you this again also. Okay, now get in there. There we go. 6.52. So there's 3 batteries that are all say they're supposed to be charged. This is the problem one that I'm having with right now. You all saw that was charging at 6 volts, so it was a fully charged battery according to my fluke meter and according to this thing. But here's the problem that I'm having. If you notice inside here right now, I'm going to pull this trigger. Okay, I'm going to let this boat go for just a few seconds. You hear the drop in voltage in that? Right now it's going to completely cut out. This is supposed to be a fully charged battery. This isn't the first battery I've run into, but this is the problem that I'm running into. Runtime on it just completely sucks. It was like about not even 30 seconds of hee-haw. Okay, you saw that battery was charged. Okay, this is the second battery that's charged. I don't know how long this one will last, but I'm going to be willing to guess that with my past experience with this boat so far, that's going to last a minute and a half, and then I'm going to have to place it back on the charger. Full throttle here. Works perfectly fine. Sounds good. Everything's working. But I'm going to say that this battery may last, maybe, from my experience with this boat so far, a minute and a half to 2 minutes on the water, when it's supposed to be 10, at least 8 to 10 minutes of runtime on a 4-hour charge. Now, here we go again with the third battery. Once again, we're running into the same thing with being full throttle. Everything is perfectly fine. You see what I'm doing with it? Everything works cherry. Everything works great. But I'm going to estimate this battery, with my experience with this boat so far, to only run about 2.5 minutes. Now, here's the initial battery that we started with. Okay, the one that lost power for some odd reason or another. I'm going to check that voltage one more time. 6.59. Fully charged battery. Plug it back in again. Green light inside the canopy. And here's what we're running into again. Now, this is, I've found, since I bought 3 initial boats and had problems with them, I called up Atomik on them. Their customer service is by far second to none. They are awesome about, their customer service. They're very geared on that. They sent me 3 new boats without me having to send the other 3 back. So I wound up with 6 batteries. 6, 7 batteries, and I said, okay, hey, that's cool. This one is one of the new units that they sent me. It doesn't make a difference. I have the other 2 in the garage. All their batteries are fully charged. This was charged for the initial one was charged for the water today, and so were these. Now, I'm going to do another video on the water. I'm going to be leaving to the lake here probably in about an hour or so, and I'm going to take out all 3 of these boats with a full charge. Okay? Now, here's the problem child. It says 6.5 volts. I'm going to stick this into the charger that they supply, which is pretty neat if it would actually work all the time. And if you look at this thing and pay attention to the green light, you'll see it go off pretty soon. They are fun boats to play with in the minute and a half that the thing actually runs. I mean, it's pretty cool if the thing would actually last 10 minutes. There are videos out there of people doing that. I don't know how they did it. But I'm very dissatisfied with this. Their customer service is unheard of, but the product that they're offering is pretty much short of crap. I did have to change the servo out because the servo, it would only turn to the left and not fully to the right, so I changed it out with another 9-gram servo that I have. And it seems to work well as far as giving me the throw. I did change the horn position on this one, but this one has a little bit more endpoint adjustment than the stock one does, so it enabled me to turn equally left or right. Other than that, I mean, you know, it's an entry-level boat. It does work well when it works, but there are a lot of little glitches in it that I feel that Atomic has to address with their manufacturer. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give this boat maybe. In performance, I'll give it a 6 or a 7. Quality-wise, I give it a 2. And that's just unheard of. I'm sorry, Atomic, that I have to bash this boat like that, but you guys need to do more research on it. I praise you on your customer service, but the product that you're offering on this particular little boat is pretty much worthless. You see that it says that the battery is fully charged, because when that light goes off, it's supposed to be fully charged. Okay? This is the problem that I'm running into. These charge times are just ridiculous. And it does it on all the batteries. Not just some of them, but on all of them. And this is going to be my last attempt at checking the voltage on this battery. And this will probably be the end of my video. But you can make up your own mind on what you want to do with it. But I would not recommend 6.85. It went up, you know, 0.20 volts on this thing. But